Hi, I'm Tom Niedermeyer with the AMF Maintenance Training School. Welcome to the second in our partnership program, Maintenance Matters video series. Today, our featured major assembly is going to be the entire pit area of the pin spotter. When working on or in the pin spotter, AMF strongly recommends that the power plug to the pin spotter be removed and the plug placed into a lockout box. The box is then locked so that only the mechanic who has removed the power plug can re-energize the pin spotter. Our inspection of the carpet in this machine reveals some threads coming loose on the ball exit side, and if we don't remove those, they will continue to tear more threads out of the carpet. These threads then may get wrapped around the front roller and prevent it from self-centering. So part of our preventative maintenance here will have us removing these threads simply by using the scissors and cutting them free. But also notice some rivets are missing, and we would want to replace those. In order to lubricate the links in the front roller, we need to lift the roller out of position. The roller is held there by spring tension, so we must relieve the spring tension, and we can do that by inserting this crank. This is the same crank we used to pull in the rubber rivets last month when we rebuilt the cushion. We put this crank down between the tail plank and the roller and push the roller toward the rear of the machine. This exposes a small hole in the kickback where we can insert the carpet pin. This carpet pin then will hold the tension, allowing us to lift the roller out. This will need to be done on both sides of the machine, and then the roller can be lifted out of position. If the roller doesn't want to lift easily, we can use a spring puller, hooking down inside the flange of the roller and then lifting the roller out of position. We'll pull the roller first of all to one side, bring the carpet back, exposing this hole so that we can lubricate the link inside. Once we lubricate one end, we'll push the roller the other way and lubricate the link at the opposite end. We have a lubrication fitting here on this roller support bracket also. However, we won't lubricate that until the roller is safely back into position. The reason being that this is a very dangerous bracket. There's tremendous spring tension on it, and you would never want to put your fingers or hands anywhere in front of this. The bearing on the end of the front roller rests on this insert, so once the roller is back in there, this is relatively safe. In the position we see it now, this carpet pin is what is holding this bracket back. This is what allowed us to take the front roller out. We're going to put the front roller back in, and then we would lubricate this fitting, and once again take the carpet pins back out. With the front roller dropped back into position, once again we use this crank to push the roller back, allowing us to remove the carpet pin, putting the tension back on to the carpet. An important part of carpet maintenance is cleaning of the carpet. It has several benefits for us. Keeping the carpet clean transmits less dirt back to the bowler, and removing the dirt and grime from the carpet prevents premature failure of the carpet. We suggest simply using a solution of ordinary detergent and water and a sponge or rag, where we would clean the carpet, cleaning one area, then rotating the carpet and cleaning another area. Once we've completely gone around the carpet, we would use a clean water solution to remove any detergent that may remain in the carpet. This would ensure that no detergent remains, the carpet will be clean, and we will greatly extend its life. We need to inspect the rear roller support on the side opposite the ball lift. We're looking for looseness or any type of excessive wear. On the ball exit side of the machine, the bearing on the rear carpet roller is held into the retainer by the belt from the back end motor. So there's a little more tension here, and we need to inspect the bearing retainer closely for any type of separation or wear. We would also inspect where the drive pulley is attached to the rear roller, making sure that the set screws are down tightly against the flat side of the shaft and that the pulley is positioned so that belt alignment is correct. The carpet that we saw in the pin spotter had many years of use, while the one we're looking at here is new right out of the box. One of the things we'll notice is the directional arrow. This premium quality carpet has a direction of rotation, and that deals with the seam. Here on the new carpet, the seam is very tight, hardly noticeable. But after years of use, this seam will start to separate. And as long as the carpet is turning in the right direction, the fact that the seam separates will not have a bad effect on the operation. If we were to run the carpet backwards as the seam separates, then it could catch and destroy the carpet. Also, we'll notice how firm the edge is on a new carpet, and the firm edge is necessary so that the carpet belt can self-center and track correctly. Inside of this carpet belt, we find this bounce plate assembly. This supports the weight of the pins and the ball. It also guides the ball over to the exit. Part of our maintenance would be maintaining this bounce plate, replacing broken vibration dampeners. This is a rubber steel vibration dampener to help absorb the impact of the ball, the weight of the pins. And since it is partially rubber, we see there's a bonding strap around it. The purpose of the bonding strap is to ground the bounce plate so that we don't get an electrostatic discharge, which could be harmful to scoring parts as well as the microprocessor chassis. The small bracket we see here is a ball idling bracket to prevent a ball from idling between the bounce plate and the front roller. We would inspect the channels, making sure that they are not splitting. All hardware to make sure that all hardware is tight, nothing missing, and generally inspecting the entire bounce plate. A lot of this can be inspected even with it in the machine simply by pulling the carpet back. This bounce plate assembly is mounted on a pit support bracket. There are a number of different styles. This happens to be the newest. It bolts to the metal kickback. The legs rest directly on the bottom of the kickback. So we'd be checking to make sure hardware is tight and the threads are good. The front roller that we took out and lubricated can be disassembled on rebuilding, and what primarily wears is the small link that is inside. The link, as we see here, has a lubrication fitting. This is what we were lubricating when we pulled the front roller out. The roller pin that goes through the link will wear as well as the link does, and will pick up a rather pronounced rap as the front roller turns, and you may be able to hear this just in turning it here. And with the roller body around this, that noise is amplified. It makes a rather pronounced rap, telling us that there is wear developing in this link, and we may be approaching time when it needs to be replaced. The roller has nylock screws in it. These are a self-locking screw to prevent them from vibrating and falling out. Also, both ends of the front roller are identical and must be installed the same way. That means if the moving section, the shaft end, is up on the right end, the moving section, which again is the shaft end, must be up on the left end. The bearings on the end of the roller are sealed. They would be removed with a puller, pressed back on or tapped on gently with a block of wood and a hammer. We'd inspect them as any roller bearing, any ball bearing, any bearing at all, making sure that there's no looseness, no roughness, that they turn smoothly. That bearing was held in position by this front roller bracket. This is something else we lubricated in the machine. Again, these are replaceable, and we find there are 4 different ones since they are different on the right and left-hand side of right and left-hand machines. We would inspect the rubber insert. That rubber insert is where the bearing rests. And from the bottom of this bracket is where we found this spring that goes back to the kickback, and this is what puts tension on our roller. We're pulling on the bottom, pivoting here, pushing forward there. As with any extension spring, when they are disconnected, all the coils should touch. And we would look at the hooks at the end, making sure no wear is evident there. Preventive maintenance, a lot of it is simply visual inspection, looking for wear. This completes the overview of the pit area of our machine, another one of our major assemblies of the pin spotter. For more detailed maintenance in this and other areas, you're invited to attend the Manager Maintenance Training Program offered in Richmond, Virginia.